Sa ng harapan, this song story hide between the seven clouds, kept the sunset's glory. Barringer High dining women, long living blue and prosper. With the years we plant their place, loyal to our Barringer.
Hello, Barringer Blue Bears. Welcome to our first ever Blue Bear podcast, produced by the Barringer Production Studio. Thank you for tuning in today. We hope you enjoy the show. This podcast will explore what is new and exciting happening at Barringer High School, such as school events like dances and fundraisers, sports information like upcoming games and scores, as well as other important information to keep you in the know. We will also cover major stories happening throughout the state, the country, and the world. Blue Bear Podcast will be hosted, produced, and distributed by Barringer students. Some assistance will be provided by our club leaders, Mr. Wilson and Ms. Meanor, but for the most part, the show will be run by the students. If any Barringer student has an idea for a segment that you'd like covered or is interested in joining our podcast, please come see us in 214 on Thursdays. We would love to have you. And now we will switch over to Nina, who will be covering a story about the recent merger that occurred over the summer at Barringer.
Hello, Blue Bears. My name is Nina, and I recently had the pleasure of sitting down with Principal Mincy to talk about the Barringer merger that occurred over the summer. As many of you know, Barringer used to be divided into two schools, Barringer Academy of Arts and Humanities, aka BA, and Barringer Academy of STEAM. Principal Mincy, who also used to be the principal over at the STEAM Academy, was awarded the position of running the entire Barringer campus. I sat down with her recently to get her input on the merger and ask some of the questions the student body is curious about. Can you tell our listeners a little about yourself?
So my name is Angela Mincy. I am a proud Newark native, born and raised in the Brick City. I have two little boys, ages 11 and 14, in addition to being a mom to all 1,425 students here at the Barringer High School, of which I've been a principal now this is the beginning of my 5th year. That's when I started. Prior to, I was a vice principal at Eastside High School, and I used to teach actually 2nd and 3rd grade, which a lot of people don't know about me, prior to becoming an elementary and then a high school guidance counselor.
So, did you anticipate that the merger was going to happen?
So the superintendent visited us in June, and he had a little chat with some of our students from Arts and Humanities and STEAM at the time, and he kind of indicated that it might happen, but I wasn't really sure what he was going to do. And actually, it wasn't until later in July that I found out that he was really serious. I was coming from the Bahamas. I got off the plane, and someone sent me a text message and said, "Hey, you're the principal of both schools." And I was like, "Oh, really?" And so we've been rocking and rolling ever since. I panicked at first, and then I jumped right into action, and here we are.
All right. So, what are you most excited about with Barringer being one school?
So now, instead of just 900 kids, there are 1,400 kids. So that's like a lot of students to interact with. And it's just so exciting, the possibilities of what we can achieve when you double the staff. So you have like a bunch of people to help you get the job done. It's just exciting to just be able to look forward to what's coming next. So just a lot of students to interact with. So I'm excited about that.
What do you envision for the future of Barringer High School?
So I envision a large school, right, that has something for everyone, that makes students feel welcome and safe, a place that you can lay your burdens down. So whatever you're dealing with when you're outside, if you have struggles at home or things that you're grappling with, that you can come into school and you'll feel safe. And we have just a bunch of extracurricular, co-curricular, and academic experiences to meet the needs of students' academic, social, emotional, and cultural differences. I would say that that's the biggest thing that I envision, and that we could rival any charter. We're a public high school, but I think that we can do great things in a public high school.
In your opinion, what are some of the biggest challenges with the merging of the two schools?
So the biggest challenge has been making sure that everyone feels welcome. So I know that a lot of people would think that I would be more partial to students or staff from STEAM, and it's not true. I welcome anyone who wants to work hard and wants to help make our school a great one. And I think that has been the biggest challenge, just merging just two wildly different student bodies, wildly different staff bodies, and to make everyone feel like we are one school and we're moving in one direction forward.
What would you say to people who falsely believe that Barringer is a bad school?
So I've worked in a number of schools. I've been in the district in the Newark Public School System for 21 years. I've visited a lot of schools, and the challenges and the successes that we have are just like many of the other schools that I've visited. And so when people think that the school is a bad school, I like to invite them in, because when they come in and they actually have the opportunity to interface with the students and they get a chance to meet the staff, we can actually put that to bed. I like to tell people that my staff are among the hardest working because we deal with so much, and I will put my staff and students against staff and students anywhere.
Can you explain some of the goals that you want to reach in our school this year?
So my goals are pretty much in alignment with the superintendent. So I definitely want to raise our test scores. We want to improve our attendance. And we definitely want to begin to structure the new academies that we're in the process of building. From our law academy, we want to do some more work with the arts and make sure that students have an opportunity to grapple with technology and innovation. So those are some of the things that I would like to see us accomplish to brand our school and get the word out that we're doing some great things like this Bearcast today.
So how can us, the students, help you achieve your vision of what Barringer could be?
That's a great question. I honestly can't do it without you, because I can go out and I can say what great things we're doing. They don't really want to hear from me. People want to hear from you. Students, you are the future. It rests with you. And so if you decide that you want to make change and you want a great school, I'm definitely here for it. I like to encourage young voices. And I guess just by you just being a walking commercial, just being your best selves every day, it dispels those myths, and it lets them know just the great students and, again, the great work that we have here in the school. So I need you guys to be leaders and to be active in the community, and to have empathy and a desire to want to fix the problems that we see in the city, and, start with our school first.
Okay. Do you have any upcoming plans to throw a large school event, such as a pep rally or student dance?
So I actually love school spirit activities. Last year we did so many student activities that I thought we would just collapse from just being tired. We had a pep rally, actually, that was planned for next Friday. We're struggling right now because we're in a battle with students to not wear their hoodies in school. And so I've made it very clear to students that as long as they continue to wear their hoodies, that we're going to struggle around having some climate and culture events, because it should be give and take, right? So if you guys are doing everything that you're supposed to do, then I'm willing to do everything that you want to do, if that makes sense.
What kind of trips is your administration planning for us this year?
Great question. So we definitely always at the forefront are like college trips. We like to get you out as often as possible, because just being inside of the four walls that encompass the school is not enough. We have to get you out there so that you can just get into the real world and get experiences. And so we always start with the college campuses, but also trips like students are going to the Dodge Poetry Festival. There's a college and career fair that the superintendent is hosting for the district. We like to do a Six Flags trip at the end of the school year for students who have perfect attendance and who have made honor roll for all 4 cycles. So a little bit of everything. And then honestly, when students have ideas, if they have trips and clubs and activities that they want to pursue, as long as they come to me and they have an adult that's willing to work with them, whatever I have in the budget, I'm willing to give it to you guys, because, again, I want you guys to run the school, not run the halls, but run the school, with your intellect and good character.
What's your plan to reward those of us who follow all the school rules?
Honestly, it's exactly what we said. Like we've done things like, for example, for the students who have perfect attendance, they get a dress down day, they have a pizza party. We just did this actually, we raffled off 3 $50 Visa gift cards that kids could spend anywhere. We kind of just talked about the Six Flags trip. And honestly, just having access. When students do what they're supposed to do, I love to hear from you. Again, like when you want to have trips or clubs, like you that's available to you. As long as you follow the rules, I'm willing to show kids that I will give you whatever it is that you're willing to handle within reason. If I have it, you have it, as long as we're showing that we're working together and I don't have students that are just going against everything that the principal says just because, kids feel that that's the thing to do, but that we realize that we're on the same team and we're one school.
If you could relay one message to the entire student body, what would it be?
Live the core. So we know that the core represents character, community leadership, college and career readiness, and self-awareness. And when students are fully embracing those core values, what else can I ask for? And obviously a smile in the morning. When I harass you guys in the morning and I say good morning, I don't like to see cranky faces. I like to see you return a smile back. And I like to see kids honestly just be happy. And I know a lot of principals don't talk about that. They mainly just talk about good test scores. Those things are important to me, but these are the most carefree times of your lives. And I just want to see kids be happy and not be at each other and not fight and just have a good community and a great school experience that we build together.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you for having me. This was great.
Thank you, Principal Mincy and Nina, for the enlightening interview. Thank you for tuning in to our first ever Bearcast. We hope you enjoyed the show and look forward to hearing your feedback. If you have an idea for a segment you'd like us to cover, or if you are interested in joining the Bearcast Club, please come speak to either Mr. Wilson in room 214 or with Ms. Meanor in room 216. Stay classy, Blue Bears, and remember, live the core.